It's interesting. They say, it takes, 66 days, 28 days, 100 days, 75 days, or whatever to create a habit, right? What they don't talk about is how quickly they can unravel, right? And so we're having this conversation here right now, right? Like post vacation, post recharge, you were like, man, I work so hard. We work to get to these vacations and this time off. And then as soon as you get back, you feel what? You feel that tension. You feel the weight of the momentum shift. There's a reason why they say if you miss one day, that's okay. If you miss 2 days, red alert, because as soon as you miss three, you could lose it all. It only takes three misses to feel like you're starting over again. And I don't know if there's a study out there around it. It may be worth taking a look at, like, what is the percentage of people that trash their goals after missing just 3 days? Either 3 days of tracking, 3 days of accountability, 3 days of the gym, 3 days of running, 3 days of whatever. So when we talk about creating the mindset of don't miss, the mindset of consistency, the mindset of chaining together wins. And I talk about if your goal is to create consistency and dependability on yourself, even if it's one, two, or three conversations, don't let a day go by where you didn't make a reach out. Don't let a day go by where you didn't make a connect. Don't let a day go, because subconsciously what you're doing is you're reinforcing the fact that lead generation is your job. And the thing is we don't miss days of work. We don't miss what we're supposed to do. So technically, tactically, like my biggest tip is that. So like, then what happens when you come back from vacation? Physiologically and subconsciously, you now have 5, 6 days of misses, even though you earned it, even though like this is what we work towards. And so I think sometimes we think we're just going to come back and be so inspired and energized to get going. And then we literally, we wake up in the morning and we go, oh, why does it feel like this? Like I literally want to do anything but this. And like, why can't I just go back to the, like you do like what, uh, there was like the Disney withdrawal syndrome, DWS. Like everyone at the airport, you can see their face. Like it's funny, like when you fly to Orlando, you can tell on the plane who's going to the parks. And then when you're leaving, you can tell who's leaving the parks. They all have the same look. It's that Disney withdrawal syndrome. Same thing around the vacations, right? Like you can see the people leaving Miami or Fort Lauderdale and those coming in, or Cape Canaveral or Orlando, whatever. Like it's fascinating. So I had a conversation with another coaching client last week around this exact same thing. And I said, okay, when's the last time you revisited your mission, vision, and core values? Like, I know we do the exercise and then we put it up there, we set it aside thinking that we're done. And the thing is we don't revisit it enough, or we don't like audit it and double check it for, is it still relevant? Is it still at its core what I really desire most? And so I've been working kind of behind the scenes to compile and put together several exercises to kind of help bring that up. And I sent Audra and Michelle a draft of that last week. I don't know if you guys saw it because you didn't even comment on it. So I'm really offended actually. I thought and so it's not done. It's not pretty. It's a rough draft. I've been working on putting it together. And if you'd like it, I'm happy to send it your way. Just message me and I'll send you the link. It's a Google Doc right now. It's in Google Doc form. It's not super fancy, and it's 5 to 6 different exercises that I took inspiration from some of the thought leaders that I love following most, like Simon Sinek and Brendon Burchard and Tony Robbins and Jim Rohn, and yeah. So sometimes I think we need that mindset recheck, that core values reset, just making sure. And the thing is, so like I have my core values journal, but I filled it all out. And the thing is, I could go back and redo the exercises, but then I would look at my answers, and then subconsciously I'd like almost make myself think or feel the same thing. So I'm like, okay, how do I create a blank slate? So I wanted to pull the best parts of that out into this exercise to share. And so let me see if I can even pull it up. Let me see if I have it and I'll share it. So where is it? Oh, yeah, here we go. There it is. So if I have the ability to share, I will do so. Sweet. So yeah, so here you go, right? So we've got the golden circle exercise by Simon Sinek and exercise one, talking about your origin story. Um, think about some times fundamentally that shaped who you are, when you felt the most alive, the most fulfilled, when you realized something important about yourself. And then just kind of take some time to journal and go through that, right? And then going into the why discovery process, your natural best. Like I'm at my natural best when I am what? And I know for me, I'm at my natural best when I am um, getting to like share and speak in front of a group and just get others to together to talk about ideas and thoughts, etc. Right? What's your unique value and perspective? What gift do you bring to others? Um, I'm a creative guy, and so sometimes I see things from another angle, and I can bring an idea or a perspective to a concept that finally unlocks it for people. So that's what I know about myself. And then the impact I want to have on others is I want to be that one conversation that someone remembers that said, "Oh, after that talk, I finally was able to do X, Y, and Z. Oh, yeah, now Michelle and Audra are both jumping in here. Cool. I see you. I see you up here, coyotes." And then, and so crafting your why statement, and then Brendon Burchard's high performance habit exercise, giving yourself a rating, and then going around and giving yourself a score, and all of these things. And at the end of it, you give yourself a point score, and then going through and taking a look at that. And then Dr. Wayne Dyer having an intention experiment, quiet reflection. So this is something that's going to take you like a week or two to do if you do it correctly. Like I wouldn't say like sit down and try to knock this all out at once. I would say, you know what, for the next 5 to 10 days, sit down and just do one exercise and then reflect, repeat and reflect. Oh, here's the fun one, the deathbed test. Let's talk about fun stuff, right? You're 95 years old, looking back on your life with satisfaction and peace. What do you want to be remembered for? What do you want people to say you embodied? What made you most proud? What regret are you not prioritizing? And then there's an energy audit for each week, another weekly one, and then going over the 6 human needs, your top 3 needs, why, your values dig, going through. There's a bunch of those. The anti-values mirror. So this is another thing, is like one of the ways that you can identify truly what you like. If you have trouble identifying your values, it's easy for us to go, well, I don't know what I value, but I definitely hate that. So oftentimes what you value is the opposite of what you hate most. So if you're like, I hate ego or I hate narcissism. So I value what? Right? Like, or I hate selfishness. So I value abundance. I value sharing. Right? Or I hate whatever it is, right? And then redefining core values. This goes back to a lot of those exercises that I love most out of the journal. And then integration, implementation, daily values, practices, etc. So, anyways, um, if you'd like that, happy to send it your way. Again, it's a really rough draft. I'd love your feedback as I put it together, because I'm planning on kind of putting it together as like a value add, extra little um, video series to offer. Questions, thoughts, anything about that?
I did peek at it the other day too. But
I
I like
would,
how it
I,
says
I,
that
I wouldn't
there's an
know.
anonymous rhino in there right now. So apparently, I don't know what that means. No, I think this is a really good exercise. And it'd be interesting to do this now, like to just set like a calendar event to do it annually, because I would venture to guess that your answers are going to change as you grow into
They
something.
may, yeah, I mean, they may shift. And if they're shifting a lot, then you may ask yourself, okay, are these really true core values and ideas, or are they just consequential and on the surface based on my situation? Because like if I guess if I'm asking myself, and I'm just talking out loud here, I don't know. I haven't really thought through this, right? I don't have a true hypothesis around this. But if it's a core value, it's going to be unchangeable despite your circumstances, whether it's good or bad, right? And so for me, when I take a look at this and doing these exercises, what it allows me to do is get reconnected to purpose, especially when I'm not feeling it. One of my mentors said, listen, schedule your vacations and then work around them. He says, everybody's doing it backwards. Everyone waits to just try to plug your vacations in with what time is left. He said, that's bullshit. Schedule your personal time first and then fill in around it. And I'm like, yeah, but, and he goes, "Eh, hmm? Anyone want to share anything? I love Megan and Erica's screensavers, by the way. They're very on brand.
I think if you haven't ever done any kind of like exercises around finding your core values and purpose and all that, do it because it also helps you say no to things. And that's always one of the hardest things is to say no to things for people. But if you know what your core values are and you have something in front of you that doesn't align with those, you say no. It makes saying the no's and the right yeses a lot easier. So do that.
Word. Did you just print it out, Michelle? Are you serious? See, speed of implementation is a core value of those at the top. Love that. Any other thoughts around that? All right. I had made a commitment to share a little bit about a lead opportunity, or not a lead opportunity, but just a way to re-engage with leads. Ramil, I shared it with you last week, and I'd love for you to kind of share kind of what you're discovering from the series that we talked about here. And I'm going to share with you just it's a three-part process of how to engage and get leads to begin responding to you again and helping qualify or disqualify any names or numbers that you have in your database that you're not even sure where they came from or how long they've been in there, et cetera. I think one of the biggest challenges we have is we take a look at this huge number of contacts that we have, and you're like, I don't even know what to say when I talked to them last. I didn't take any notes, or even if they're still looking at all. And there's a coach I follow online. He just shared this process and was like, share this with your team, share this with your agents if you see this is value. And I was like, this is so good. I'm gonna share it all day. And so I shared it with Ramil, and then Ramil immediately said that he had some really good results from it, or at least the engagement went up. And we'll let you talk about it here in a second. Let me jump in and pull it up. Right. So here it is. Right. So this comes from Mike Novak, the real Mike Novak, as opposed to the not real Mike Novak. If you're looking, there's my other Mike Novaks. Apparently, the real one though said this, and he said this is the text that I send all these leads. Hey, if the perfect home came up in the next 30 days, would you want to go tour it or pass? That's it. Simple, low pressure reveals. If they say yes, move to the next 3-part close. Awesome. The next step is to meet for 20 to 30 minutes so I can, one, walk you through our buying process, two, get you up to speed, three, identify exactly what you're looking for. Word for word, guys. This part is important. Word for word, right? They want clarity. They want a leader. They want to know what's in it for them. If they say, oh, don't call it a consultation. Yada, yada. It's a pitch. If they say no, oh, sorry, I keep jumping to the no. If they say yes, give them the 2-parter, 4 o'clock today, 6 o'clock tomorrow. When you want to meet, jump on a Zoom, in-person coffee. If no, here's the answer. Here's the question, that the phrase that pays. Okay, what would need to happen for you to feel ready? That's it. Going back to the first one. If the perfect home came up in the next 30 days, would you want to go tour it or go pass? Awesome. Then let's get together for the next 25, 30 minutes so I can walk you through our process, get you up to speed on what's going on, and identify exactly what you're looking for. Would 4 o'clock today or 6 o'clock tomorrow be better? If no, what would really need to happen in order for you to feel ready? Simple. Simple. Ramil, what can you share about what you've discovered so far using this for this last week?
Yeah, so it's super easy. So yeah, I have my business has shifted sort of, and so had about 2,000 leads, or have about 2,000 leads that are just sitting in my CRM from when I was purchasing leads, and these are leads that really all across the board. I had spoken to them. Some of them were nurtures, some of them were stale. I hadn't talked to them. Um, and when I switched CRMs, basically their info did not port over. So it made the list even more hard because I had no idea how to sift through these people. Some of them I remembered, of course, the majority of 2,000 people I didn't. And so I started going through, and really with what notes I had and what I could remember was crafting each text message, trying to help them remember me, because I felt like that was the biggest part, right? How do I engage somebody that, came in 8 months ago that I haven't talked to, or even that I have talked to and haven't talked to since, while I've been doing other things. So got on the call with Matt. I told him like what I've been doing and going through, and he was like, this first thing he said was, that seems like a lot, right? Each individual, each individual text message, to them, and making it personalized and doing all that. And it took a lot of
Yeah,
time.
Ramil was sending like a paragraph text, 5, 6 lines, and somebody that's like, if you're texting me out of nowhere, I'm not reading it.
Right.
I'm not even seeing past the first line.
Yeah. So he was like, that seems like a lot. And then he gave me that script word for word, so I wrote it down. And yeah, it's so simple because one, it takes away kind of like that fear or uncertainty of, hey, how do I make this person remember me? Right. That was kind of the hindrance. And it just gets straight to the point, right? If a house comes up in the next 30 days, would you tour to pass on it? That simple. It's an easy question. It's low pressure. They're not committing to anything. And it has helped me, from doing it last week. There has been some appointments set. There have been some people set in nurtures. And the biggest thing, right, is it's helped me categorize these people. Even if they're saying, no, I bought a house already, or no, our plans have changed, I'm now able to go through these people and put them where they need to be so I can, engage them from here on out the way they should be. So simple, quick. I mean, it probably, I don't know time wise how many more I did, but it's so much easier just sending that message off to those people and getting the response. And yeah, engagement went way up. When I was sending the personalized ones, I think I maybe got one out of 100. I think that was when we were at where he told me out of 100, I think I got 2 responses. And then after the script, I went again, I did another 100. And before I even got to 50, I think I had 6 responses. And that was when I messaged Matt and was like, hey, this one's way better. This one's working.
So
So
here's
yeah,
the thing.
it's been awesome.
I didn't come up with it. Here's what I do, right? Like I'm out there paying attention and looking for value. And I follow top agents, I follow coaches. And I'm going to ask you guys, are you doing the same thing? And what do? If I see a post I like, Facebook has a save feature. You can click the three buttons to the upper right of the post, and then you can hit save. And I've got folders, one for coaching, one for like, I've got different folders of types of posts. So I have a folder for like inspiration for my posts, or local market stuff, or, hilarious spam to Christie one day, like whatever. But I save it and then I share it. So if you're seeing posts online, think about this. Are there posts that you see that you think might be a value add to your database? If so, save that post and then either share that post in a DM or a text, or do a video response with that post in the background and talk to it. Do a green screen post as a value add to your database onto your social. Right? Listen, like if you take a look at the top people, Jared James, all of the top coaches out there, you'll see like 30 to 40% of their content is green screen reactionary posts. And the news and the current events gives you all the content that you want. So the question is, if you're going to be your local economist of choice, are you talking about commenting or giving your reaction? Remember, expertise, insight, and strategy is what everybody's looking for. So are you sharing your insights and your expertise on what's going on in your local community? What's going on in the government? What's going on with rates? What's going on in the bond market? What's like all of these things. So love that. Thanks for Remy. I really appreciate you tracking and saying that it's 1,200% better than your first text. That's massive. Like so cool, so cool. And again, credit goes to where it's deserved, right? The real Mike Novak. Go check him out. He's got some cool stuff out there. The other thing I wanted to share is, okay, so if somebody says, hey, thanks, I already bought a house, do you delete them? Or do you have, what is your value add for those in homes that aren't moving? Is it a quarterly impact report? Is it a list of vetted service providers in your area? Is it quarterly, like, here's what's happening in your community, events, festivals, etc.? And if somebody bought a home, say, congratulations, that's awesome. Would you like to be updated quarterly around the value of your home and other awesome things happening in your community? I'm happy to put you on my list to share that with. Because they may know somebody. You may not have gotten their business, but they may be able to refer you as well. Anyway, I know we kind of threw a lot of spaghetti on the wall today. We did some mindset, we did some tactics and strategy, because you guys are just staring at me. I don't know what else to talk about. Made it really weird. AF. Thanks a lot.
And we'll do it all again on Wednesday.
Anybody, any thoughts, ahas, takeaways from today's call? It's right about time before we jump off. The real question is, Brad, did you already book your next vacation with 30% discount before you left the boat?
No, because I can get a better deal from Costco than what they would offer me. But yeah, we want to go. Even I want to go to Alaska on our 15th wedding anniversary next year. So that's the next one.
So the club has a good discount program.
Costco, you can get some really good Royal Caribbean deals from Costco. Plus, you get points, right? Because you get your 3% travel points, and you're also dropping a lot of money, so you get 1%. So you get a lot of money back from Costco.
Sounds like Brad needs to do a video on that for his database.
Yeah, man.
Sounds like a video to me. Because in the club, we all fam.
Yeah. Yep. Members only, baby.
Executive members get to go in an hour early. It's rope drop. We got rope drop now. So get in line with the VIPs or go away. There's like 4 videos right there. I'm just saying, Rochelle, I'm going to be really upset if I don't see some high quality content coming out of that right now. All right, don't just giggle.
You know, my wheels are spinning, but Michelle's like, no, that's not what's important, Rochelle.
In the club, we all fam. All right. Later, y'all. Have a great start to your week. Can't wait to hear about all of your results. And if you'd like that worksheet, let me know. Deuces.